Hey everyone, Kristen Donen here with Texas Home and Ranch Group. I hope you guys can see and hear me because I just went live 34 minutes ago and um, apparently my screen, something happened and I did the entire broadcast and it never took. So, okay, I'm going to start all over again. We are talking today about part 4 of our Making an Offer series. This is going to be on the strength of an offer. So, if you've missed any of our videos in our series, or you've missed any videos, period, that we've done, we're doing videos every week. If you've missed any of those, be sure to check out YouTube. You want to search for Texas Home and Ranch Group. Again, Texas Home and Ranch Group. And you want to be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. Make sure you click that bell so you're going to be notified whenever we have videos that come out. If you have not liked our Facebook page, you want to do that too, so that you can get updates whenever we have videos. We're broadcasting live and things like that. So today is Tuesday, May the 19th. We are broadcasting on a Tuesday today because I've got a lot of classes going on this week. I had one most of the day yesterday. And I'm trying to take advantage of the Zoom meeting so I don't have to go in person. So, first thing on the list, it is graduation time. If you are graduating from college, from high school, from elementary school, congratulations, everyone. I know this is a really strange year, and everyone keeps talking about how, this is different, and we're in the middle of a pandemic, and I'm not having my prom, or not necessarily my graduation, although some cities are doing graduations. You have something really unique going on. So, I graduated in the year 2000, right? I was the first class that graduated in this century. And that's been pretty cool to be able to say that. So it's kind of cool that you guys are able to say that you graduated in the middle of a pandemic. It doesn't take away from the fact that you've been kind of robbed of a lot of these things, but you will forever get to say that you were the class that graduated in the pandemic, which is interesting. So, congratulations, everyone who's graduating. Congratulations on all of the hard work that you've put in over the years. You're done with whatever grade or whatever accomplishment. So, congratulations, everyone who is graduating right now. All right. So, I have 2 listings coming on the market. They are coming on the market tomorrow. They are in Rusk. One is 20 acres, one is 21 acres. These are going to be rural properties. No home on the property, okay? 20 acres, 21 acres. The 20-acre property has got utilities in place. It's an old abandoned home site on the property. Lots of beautiful oaks and lots of beautiful pines on that property. So that is going to be on the north side of County Road 1101. On the south side of County Road 1101, we have the 21-acre property. We've got South Falcon Creek. It's going to cross the property, which makes for excellent, excellent hunting. Both properties are completely unrestricted, and minerals are going to convey. We've priced the properties to sell, so if you're interested in something like that, be sure to reach out to me, PM, DM, text, email, whatever you prefer, and let's talk about those properties. I'll be sending out links tomorrow to the listings so that you can kind of take a look at those. Really awesome listings coming up. Gonna go fast. So, market conditions from last week to this week. Everything has been relatively unchanged. Still a little bit of uncertainty. Still a seller's market. We've had a few more listings come on the market, but nothing really significant right now. We're in the middle of graduation time. Again, the graduation time is a little bit difficult for us because there's so much going on and people are focusing on graduations. Even if you're not graduating, you probably know someone who's graduating or have a family member who's graduating. So there's a lot of different things that are going on right now, and everyone's kind of focused on that. Memorial Day is going to be on Monday. A lot of stuff going on right now. Hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so, that's going to kind of turn around, and we're going to start to see some more movers and shakers in the market. Okay, part 4 of making an offer. This is, how does the seller interpret our offer? So we talked about part 1, days on market. What is a seller more than likely going to be willing to pay for a property? We've talked about part 2, price. Okay. Price was an entire conversation all in one day on price. Part 3 last week was all of the other contract terms in our residential contract, all the other contract terms, and how those kind of compare to price. This week, how is a seller going to interpret that offer? So I have put in my offer, me as a buyer, all of the different terms of that contract, including price, including everything else. I'm going to go through that in a second. How is a seller going to look at that and interpret that offer? So, terms, running through them very quickly. We've got our sell price, offer price. We've got the down payment. How much am I putting down? We've got earnest money. How much am I willing to cough up front to secure this particular sale? Refundable, counts towards closing. Our title policy, who pays it? The survey, who's paying for it, or is the seller providing it? A home warranty, how much? Concession, how much? That's also known as closing costs paid by the seller. How fast to close, and what's my option period? Okay, those are all the terms. So, I've seen a house. I like it, property, whatever. I really like it. I want to make an offer. I go through and I work with my agent to figure out what kind of an offer I need to make on a given property. There's a reason why the buyer has an agent and the seller has an agent. Okay, there's 2 different agents involved. The 2 agents talk to each other. Me as a buyer's agent never talk to the buyer. Me as a seller's agent, or me as a buyer's agent never talk to the seller. Me as a seller's agent never talk to the buyer. Okay. The reason for that is because we have different goals for our clients. Me as a buyer's agent, I want my buyer to pay as little as possible for our property, right? I want them to get it for as cheap as possible. Me as a seller's agent, I want my seller to get as much money as possible for that property and make sure that that closes very quickly. So we have opposite goals. You may, as a buyer, if you were talking to a seller, you may walk up and say, or talk on the phone and say, I love this property so much. It's exactly what we've been looking for. A seller is going to then interpret that as, I really like this property. I may pay more for it because I've been looking for this for a long time and I haven't found it. So I have a unique property. I'm meeting their goals. I'm meeting their family's needs. And they might be willing to pay a little bit more for that property. Okay? That's part of the reason why that example there is why we don't let the buyer and seller talk to each other. So, make sure you have your own agent. Call me. Willing to work with you. So, we've got 2 offers coming out on the property. All right. I have my house listed for $100,000 just to make it easy. I've got 2 offers that come in. I'm going to go through offer A and offer B. Offer A is offering $98,000. So, 2% less than my list price. Good offer, right? Right? $98,000 is pretty good on 100. I'm putting down the minimum down payment for an FHA loan. I'm putting down $3,500. Okay, 3.5%. My earnest money, my deposit is $500. Typically the lowest amount that we put for our earnest money. Seller's paying the title policy. Seller's providing a survey. The home warranty is $500 that the seller is going to pay. And I can close this loan in 45 days. I'm asking for a 10-day option period. Seller at the end walks away with $93,601 before closing costs. Again, offer price $98,000. I listed it for $100,000. Minimum down payment, minimum earnest money. Sellers paying title policy and providing a survey. $500 home warranty and $3,000 in closing costs paid by the seller. Closing in 45 days, option period is 10 days. Offer B. Same for list price, $100,000. Offer B is offering $95,000. $95,000 on a $100,000 property. Remember, offer A is offering $98,000. So this is $3,000 less. But offer B is putting down $10,000. Okay? They're putting down a significant amount of money more. They're willing to double the earnest money. They're putting up $1,000 in earnest money at the title company. Again, refundable. Sellers paying the title policy and providing the survey, just like offer A. This buyer is asking for a higher home warranty of $575. There's a $75 difference there in the grand scheme of $100,000. Probably doesn't seem like much, but I'm asking for a higher home warranty amount, but I don't need closing costs. I can close in 30 days as compared to 45 days, and I'm only asking for a 7-day option period. Why do I care as the seller about an option period? Remember, that's the unrestricted right for you to walk away. Typically, we do our inspections during that time as the buyer, and we make a determination if we're moving forward with the house. If me as the seller, if I see an offer that only has a 7-day option period, that means you're going to make up your mind in 7 days. If you walk away on day 7, I've only been off the market for a week. If you come to me and say, I need a 10-day option period, that's 3 days more, and weekends are included. It's not business days, it's calendar days. You come to me and say, I need 10 days to make up my mind. That's 3 days longer, potentially. You are going to wait to make a decision on if you're going to put the house or if you're going to go through with the loan. Okay? So, 10 days versus 7 days. So, I'm offering less money as offer A, but I'm putting down more. I'm putting out more earnest money. I can close in 30 days. That's almost 2 weeks. 2 weeks sooner. Actually, it is 2 weeks sooner. And I'm only asking for a 7-day option period. The seller is going to end up getting less. $93,463. It's about $150 less. Okay. But offer B is a stronger offer. Why? Why is it a stronger offer? Because this shows me that the buyer is a little bit more strong in and of itself, putting down more money, putting up more option period money, or not option period, but putting up more earnest money. There's a lot more liquid cash going on with offer B, this particular buyer. Perhaps this particular buyer, since they don't need closing cost concession or they don't want it, and they are putting up more down payment and earnest money, the bank is potentially looking at them saying that you are a stronger buyer. Maybe I have a pre-approval letter. I've gone to the bank and gotten that pre-approval. I'm supplying it with the offer. Me as a seller and as a seller's agent, I'm looking at that saying offer B more than likely has a higher probability that they are going to close on the loan. Okay? Again, offer B has a higher probability, more likely, that they are going to be able to close the loan. Okay? Sellers don't just care about how much money am I going to walk away with in the end. Sellers care about what's the likelihood that I'm going to get that money, right? You can promise me $1 million, but if you don't have the ability to close that, then I'm not walking away with anything. And if you decide, or your lender decides for whatever reason, the week that we're closing, that you can't make this happen, you can't close on this loan, then I've just lost 30 days, 45 days, and I've got to start all over again. I've got to relist it. I've got to allow for showings. I've got to have people walk through the house. I've got to renegotiate an offer. I've got to go through this whole process again, okay? The painful process of selling. I got to go through it all again because you didn't have the ability to close the loan. So that's why that's important. Money is not necessarily going to get you the home, okay? Let's say, for example, you're not competing with anyone. You're putting in offer A, which was the weaker offer in this case. You're putting in offer A, but you don't have a competing offer. You're the only one who submitted an offer at this point. Two things are going to happen. One, at any time, someone else can submit an offer. While it is considered fair to start negotiating one offer and finish with negotiating that offer before you look at others, not everyone does that. Okay? Not everyone does that. So, we want to make sure that when we put in an offer, it's not a lowball offer, but it's a pretty good offer. All right? Maybe not our strongest, but we want to start out a little bit more conservative. Now, the second thing to consider is how many days on market this home has been on market. Remember part 1 of this series, making an offer series, days on market. I put up this offer. It's not necessarily my strongest offer, but the home has only been on the market for 2 days. Okay, 5 days, a week. If I'm the seller, I may be looking at this saying, yeah, that's a good offer, but I think I might get a better offer. What's the likelihood I get a better offer? Maybe offer B decides to come in a couple days. Or I start negotiating offer A and then offer B comes in. Offer B being the stronger offer. I may kind of stall a little bit or delay my responses to try to see if I can get another offer in. That is something that a seller's agent very commonly does. And that's why when we talk about putting in an offer, that's something that we have to consider. Okay, we're looking at the probability that someone is going to come in and offer a better offer. If the house has been on the market for 200 plus days, may not happen. Sellers tried to sell this 3 times before, may not happen, may not have a competing offer. If it's only been on the market for a few days, we run that risk. Not saying that it's going to happen, not saying they're going to get another offer, not saying someone else is going to come in and swoop in and take it, the home from underneath us, but I've had that happen before, guys. I've had it happen too many times before that a buyer falls in love with the house, we start negotiating an offer, and some other buyer with a better offer comes in and takes the home, and my buyer is like, what happened? What's going on? We lose the house. That is why whenever we start making an offer, we talk about all the terms, we talk about days on market, we talk about price, we talk about all these different things, and we construct an offer that is not just a good offer, but it's a strong offer, right? It's something that the seller should really consider. The seller should really look at this and say, yeah, this is a good offer. We may not start out at our strongest offer. We may have started off at an offer A. We end up negotiating to an offer B. But know that there is an opportunity for someone else to come in and swoop in and take that property. So be careful, all right? Be careful when we're talking about offer strength, talking about making an offer. The next series, this is video 4, part 4 of our Making an Offer series. Again, next week we're talking about the opposite. We're talking about the seller side. Now, if I'm a buyer, you want to tune in and you want to watch this because I want you to understand what it takes to put a house on the market, what goes on when we talk about price with a seller. How do we set the list price? Excuse me. How do we determine what to list our house for? That is something that um, is very good information if you're on the buy side. It's very good information if you're on the sell side, if you've never sold a house before and you're considering it. Or maybe you have sold a house before, but it's been a long time. Tune in next week. We're going to be back on Monday next week at 2 o'clock as usual. Monday is Memorial Day. We're going to be kind of talking about a little bit of things as far as that goes on Memorial Day. So be sure to tune in. Hopefully you guys are able to watch and you're not, having barbecues and hanging out with Blake or anything like that. Or maybe you are. I don't know. All right. So that is it for me. Again, YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and click that bell. If you're watching this on Facebook, make sure you've liked our page so that you can watch this in the future. Yeah. Okay. Thank you everyone for watching. I really, really appreciate you guys tuning in. Questions, PM, DM, text, email, call me. We'll address that next time before we start talking about our seller series. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.